This a bit too much? I think it's, I don't know. I feel comfortable in it. Look at that. This is some Florence and the Machine shit. Hello everyone, yet another album review for you today from us. Meanwhile, on the other stage, I've been pretty in love with this one lately, so it's quite important to review it for me personally because I love it. London-based singer, songwriter, producer Sampha, with a big amount of amazing collaborations including big names like Beyonce, Kanye, Drake, Solange and Frank Ocean, and after two of his quite successful EP releases, Sampha finally came out with a debut full-length record this February called Paralysis. That's what we're talking about today. I want to start with mentioning the label Young Turks. They've been killing it lately with all these incredible albums. First, the XX, so good. I See You, still in my playlist every goddamn day. It's beautiful. Then this one, I'm just hoping for some new material next month because I really need something new to be stuck on repeat. Hit me up, Young Turks, love you, blessed. So Paralysis, incredible work with such gentle structure and such a delicate instrumentation sound overall. Sampha has a beautiful voice. I'm obsessed with the vocals on the thing. I really like the lyrical content of it and him trying to be as honest as possible, as vulnerable as he can allow himself to be on it, trying to find, I guess, liberation and redemption in the art of creating music. Paralysis opens up with this mesmerizing galactic track called Plastic 100 Degrees, which to me stand out immediately from the very first string melodies and sampling Neil Armstrong making his first steps on the moon. This cosmic environment and being completely alone in space, hopefully, maybe not. I mean, yeah, UFO. It's quite cool. Just with Houston on a line miles away, this atmosphere of ambient vacuum, it's equally scary and beautifully calm. And Sampha's track manages to create this hushed pile of screaming emotions, really. Then it's gentle, half electronic, half acoustic, instrumental, building itself up by layering more and more sounds to it, to finally just shut down, fall, and after the very last chorus of the track, which is reflected in the lyrics as well of the track, with Sampha singing first about, I think, feeling the pressure under the public eye and the fame on one side, and the pressure from just life, personal struggles like his mother passing away from cancer, or his brother, or him trying to figure out the nature of a lump in his throat on the other sides. And with those thoughts metaphorically presented as a melted plastic figure, it all kind of calms down by the end when he starts to talk about his lover, just a very close person to him who actually can support him and help him and show him just a different side of it all. And now he melts differently, slowly, drop by drop. And with the picture of melting plastic in the heat, now it's like an ice sculpture under the sunlight in spring warmth. This change is accurately presented in the song, and I applaud Sampha for doing something like that. Absolutely favorite. Blood on Me, the lead single, has a different hushed vibe to it. There's no place for calm there except maybe the very last break. We hear anxiety, fear, Sampha trying to catch his breath. I read that he actually was working out while recording this track, wanted to capture this out of breath moment, and yeah, just I find it quite spectacular. Then in the chorus it's louder and it's sort of painful with this racing electronic beat and constant repetitive vocal samples and lyrics about trying to hide from faceless figures in grey hoodies, with the only one possible exit by someone who Sampha cares about and someone who cares about Sampha, waking him up by the end of each verse. And that possibly pictures the phenomenon of sleep paralysis, when your mind wakes up before your body and you kind of mix reality with your deepest fears, creating this scary imagery and overwhelming state of shock and panic to your body. It's a frightening feeling. I think this track, again, cinematically captures it. Next two tracks are perhaps the most heartbreaking ones on the whole album. We have KORA Sings, with its ricocheting drums, wandering synths, and distant samples of children playing, crows, and this heavy rain. This track tells a story of mother to son relationship, and Sampha kinda trying to talk from the mother perspective. To me, the whole relationship sounded a bit problematic, and then followed up by the emotional No One Knows Me Like the Piano, brought down to this simple, beautiful piano ballad with Sampha's captivating vocals and moving lines about his mother and longing for home, for a familiar place, for an old piano in his mom's house, and for music which hugely helped him to live on no matter what, and to give out emotions that he kind of can express differently, and emotions that he struggles with in life. It's a really fantastic ballad, and I, no shame, shed more than just one tear to it. I like how Sampha experimenting with his production and vocal delivery on some of the tracks. Take Me Inside, shorter cut on the album, the next track, showcases it quite in full, starting out as quite a down-tempo, distorted track, and ending with its almost Bon Iver / James Blake galactic, huge, epic atmosphere. I prefer this track to be just a little bit longer to see where it could go, but still it's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's actually okay. Besides heartbreaking storytelling, metaphorical greatness, and instrumental sorrowness, there's some interesting dance moments on this record, like on a beautiful track Reverse Fault, with its trap beats and synths going off and on around, and stucking in your head melodies, or the track Under with its bassline groove and this weird mix of vocal and electronic samples, hip-hop influenced delivery, overall really this kind of anxious atmosphere. And the lyrical lines I absolutely love about this unhealthy obsession, falling for a person who's not really good, who's treating their lover, his lover, her lover, really in a really bad way. Widely discussed Kanye collaboration track Timmy's Prayer, song about love longing and regrets, comparing love to heaven and heaven to prison, wanting to go back to this prison. It's actually quite nice and all, but for me, rather than the lyrics and the vocal delivery here, I actually love the production the most, with its real chilled back opening and a more racing finish. Some unexpected instrumental choice changes and melody building. Same the electronic touches on a track called Incomplete Kisses are masterfully done. Though here I'm also living for the R&B vocal delivery and the overall shadowy nighttime atmosphere. It's very beautiful, and yeah, one of the best cuts for me on the whole thing. Finally, the closer track, Where Shouldn't I Be, once again brings us out to space with its minimal instrumental approach, ambient approach, floating vocal tones in the background. Sampha quietly almost putting us down to sleep in a good way by singing in some sort of gentle lullaby kind of form. I feel like it perfectly finishes this record and kind of makes the full circle out of it. It's kind of hard to call Sampha a newcomer, because he's not, and it's hard to think about this album as a debut one, though it is. For me, it might be one of the best debut albums in a while, especially in the R&B-ish field. I loved that album. I liked how the songs kind of connect to each other through it and speak to each other lyrically, thematically. How it's purely well produced. Shout out to the amazing Rodette McDonald, who helped up with the production on this album. And this guy also helped to produce quite a lot of my favorite records, including, for example, the XX album. And I kinda didn't mention him in the review we did for I See You, and it kept haunting me, so yeah. He's great. Process album, again, written beautifully. The vocals are great. I like the cinematic visionary and the claustrophobic nature of it in my head, with this space and limitless ambient vacuum of fear, and closed bedrooms with sunlight coming through windows. And I like the pain and the sorrowness of this album, and I think I can feel the emotions that were going into the work for this, finding the expression within the melodies and the context. And yeah, what do you guys think about brand new Sampha's work? Did you like it? What's your favorite track? Can you relate to this kind of thing? Let us know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media, like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel for more. You know, we truly believe in the power of creative process and how it heals your soul and clears out your head. Yeah, just try not to get too sad upon things around you. And for now, that's it. Thank you very much for watching us once again, and peace off.